Hello everybody, my name is Chris McNabb and this is my assignment 2 project for AEP 859. Um, this really worked out well for me at this time of the semester. We're getting ready to have finals here in a couple weeks, and we just finished a real hard unit on my photosynthesis and cell respiration. And for this unit on cell division, I really wanted to have my students do something kind of fun and a little bit different. And so what I'm going to have them do is, instead of giving them a paper and pencil test, I'm going to have them do a project. This is something I've done before in various fashions, so it's kind of good to take it and put it on a on a PowerPoint or something similar, and fine tune it a little bit. And I am going to tweak this assignment. So here we go. For this project that my students will be doing, the target students are ninth grade biology students in Manhattan, Kansas, a 6A school in a college town where Kansas State University is located. Because of that, we have a real diverse group of learners. I have special ed students. I have students that are gifted. I have middle of the road students. I have students whose parents are professors of biology at Kansas State, and I have other students that are very low level. So I really have the full spectrum. I have students that love technology. I have students that don't like technology. They don't like to use computers. They don't like to do anything digital. I have students that are very creative, and then I have others that their favorite thing in the world is for you to throw a worksheet at them in a textbook. So with this project, I hope to get some of those students out of their comfort zones, but yet allow them to have some things that they can feel comfortable doing. And I think this project will touch on those different abilities for these students. The objectives that I have for this assignment are for students to demonstrate an understanding of the process of cell division, or mitosis specifically, and then one other section from Chapter 5 that they get to pick. And they're going to demonstrate this understanding by creating a digital presentation. Now, as far as digital presentation goes, they have several options. One thing that'll be new is I'm going to encourage them to present a lesson on educreation.com. I have never used this before, but my school just purchased 2 new iPad carts, and I haven't used them yet this semester, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that, and my students will be able to use those and create lessons on this website. I've never used it, but I'm anxious to see how it works. It does look pretty neat. The other thing they can do is simply to perform a skit where they will record it with the iPad or with a digital camera. And the skit, is really where the people are the props, or they have props, and they're acting things out, and as they explain it. The third option I have on here is a video. I've done this in the past with advanced biology classes, and it worked out really well. We've watched a couple corny, funny educational videos in class, and the students always complain. And so what I want to do is challenge them to make their own video. And I guess the way the video would be different than a skit would be the video will be more like a movie or a film, whereas a skit would be just the students acting things out, acting out the process of mitosis with props, whereas the video would be more creative. They have to create analogous situations, really anything that they want to do. And then the last one, I'm always open to other suggestions. So if the students can come up with their own idea, I'm more than willing to let them do that. I have just a couple examples here from educreation.com. These by no means are the best examples, but these are just some that I quickly found on Mitosis.
All right, just a couple things to review for mitosis for your quiz on Friday. First of all, remember, the whole purpose of mitosis in your body is to repair.
As you can see, you can put images, clip art, pictures, from other sources. You can write on there in your own handwriting, and you can also record your voice. And so I'm real anxious to see what the students can come up with here. This is one thing I do want to encourage them to do. And I'll just play this just a little bit so you can see some of the things they
For your
do.
body, for growth, and for maintenance.
And I'll jump ahead.
You would not be able to tell the DNA. Remember, mitosis occurs in all body cells, and we call those somatic cells. Growing. All right, so it's kind of like if you're standing in the lunch line and the lunch line gets kind of busy and you bump into the first person in front of you, you stop.
So you can see with that one, it's kind of like a teacher simply at a chalkboard or a whiteboard explaining things, and that's something they can do as well. This other one, here's just another example. I'll just show you real quick. A different teacher. There's
Hello,
a tremendous amount of these on educreation and all different disciplines.
The name of the stages of mitosis, the order of those stages, and the main events in each stage. Membrane and cytoplasm. Yes. And the centromere is an important way for the cell to be lined up in the center. And then the second main event.
So there's just a couple examples, and I hope my students do a better job than those. I'm not real impressed with those two, but they're just to give you an idea of what they can do in education. Now, how does this assignment meet the objectives? Well, my objectives for the students are really to understand and demonstrate this understanding of mitosis and the other parts of the chapter. Just real quick a note on that. I'm letting them have a choice in the other part of the chapter that they do. Things they can choose from is cancer, stem cells, cell differentiation, and whatever they're interested in. I'm fine with them picking any of those topics, and just there's things on cell size, and why that's important to cell functioning, and so they can pick any of those things. And really, what I want them to do is, if they have, in order to create the lesson or the video or the skit, whatever they pick, they really have to have a good understanding of the topic and the basic steps and the process of mitosis, and the other section that they pick. And so their product, their digital product, should really show just how well they understand the basic concept. Now, if I go back to that previous slide, when I was writing that objective, I thought, man, this is really vague, and it is, but it really, when you see how it aligns with the standards, the standard is vague as well. So, for the question of how do the objectives align with my curriculum, I think I mentioned before in some other posts and lessons that we are moving towards Common Core, and for science, it's the next generation science standards or college and career readiness standards for science for Kansas. And this assignment is directly related to one of the standards for high school life science. And this right here is the standard. I copied it right from the standards that I went to the KSDE website and got this. And here it is. Use a model to illustrate the role of cellular division, mitosis, in differentiation in producing and maintaining complex organisms. That is the standard, how it is written. And so you can see that's pretty vague. And for better or for worse, my objective is very similar to that as well. So I'm still struggling with that a little bit. When I how the students will demonstrate understanding. Well, I'm gonna have a rubric for how I'll grade it. But things I'm gonna look for is creativity, their explanation, the accuracy of their scientific explanation of the process and the information they include, the images they choose, the models that they develop, and make, and then the explanations that they provide. That's really what the rubric's going to be based on. And I'm looking forward to doing this. We're gonna start it on Monday. This week we've been doing some basic stuff, providing some background information on mitosis and cell division and cells in general, as it relates to cell growth and division. So I'm anxious to get started next week and just see how they do. The plan is, excuse me, the plan is to get them on the iPads, getting online and looking at some of these lessons on education. I have several videos to show them of student work from the past, both good and bad, that they can take a look at and get them going on developing their own digital project to show me what they understand about the process of mitosis and other topics related to that section in our book. So thank you, and that's all. Good night.